Dear students, starting with the next unit, unit number 12, the programming interface. It covers two lessons. The first one is an overview of the interface, and second one is for setting a GUI title and a GUI status. As we all of you know about this GUI means graphical user interface. So we can also create the graphical user interface in the form of title as well as status bar. So starting with the next lesson number 1, overview of interfaces. This is the first slide of this lesson number 1, and here you can see this is an overview of an interface, and we are all familiar with this an interface. When you log into the SAP system, it will display like something this one, and this GUI status generally comprises of the following components, and these components are menu bar, standard toolbar, application toolbar, as well as certain function key settings. This screen generally can have more than one status. For example, an editor program can have one status for the display of some elements onto the screen and another for the change mode. The GUI title and the status for a program together that constitute the user interface. So this is an user interface. It consists of two things, the UI title as well as GUI status. Come to the next one. This is menu bar, and this menu bar contains number of menus which enable the user to choose any one of the functions for processing. Now come to the next one, standard toolbar. Each of the R3 system contains both the system menus as well as the help menus. Apart from that, we have the standard toolbar by which you can choose number of predefined functions like cancel, log off, back, and these are the standard buttons which have some set of icons, or each of which is assigned to a corresponding function key. Suppose if the any function key is grayed out, that means it is not working for a current screen. Come to the next one, application toolbar, and this is an application toolbar which contains a set of icons. You can see these are the set of icons which we use frequently. You can use these functions by clicking the corresponding button onto the application toolbar. In addition, we have number of functions key. By clicking on the particular function key by using mouse or keyboard, you can directly navigate to a particular screen or particular function. Now we can understand this by example. You can see we have firstly the menu bar. This is menu bar where there are number of menus are there, menu options are there. Second one, which is our standard toolbar, which contains the number of icons, and each icon have a number of functions key. You can see for this log off we have function key shift plus F3. Next one is our application toolbar. This is our application toolbar, and about to this application toolbar we have GUI title. So this is a GUI title. You can see when we are switching from one screen to the another screen, the GUI title will automatically change. This is a new GUI title, object navigator. Now come to the next one. These are the key settings that we can use: right click, left click, help, for help we can use F4 key, F1 key for the help. So these are the functions key, and this is GUI title as well as GUI status. GUI status means all of these functions. It makes an interface for the user. Now come to the next slide, GUI status and technical view. Generally, if we talk about a status may be defined as a reference to a menu bar. You can display a single component of the status on the screen as well as many components of the status onto the screen. So GUI status can also be described as an ABAP program object that can be displayed on the screens as well as lists. As you can see, we have here number of status 001, status 002, status so on. And each status bar we have menu bars, key assignments as well as application toolbar. In the practical example, we will create the status bar as well as GUI title. Come to the next topic. This is status detail technical view. It is showing you the technical view of this status. As you can see, the menu bar consists of the individual menus. These are the menus, each menu bar consisting of the number of menus. On the other hand, the key assignments and the application toolbar are the sub objects of the function key settings. These are the application toolbar as well as function key assignments. There is also an application toolbar in each status. So each status will have an application toolbar. Each status will have menu bar. Each status have number of function key settings. And these functions keys are, these are the function list: back, exit, info, delete and so on. So this was about the detailed overview or detailed technical view of the status. Come to the next topic. These are the functions. These are the functions key. All functions are defined by their function codes and this is represented as a F code. You can create the number of functions either statically or dynamically. Statically you can also define, or dynamically by the coding part. If a static text is used, then the function is given an icon using the icon name attribute. If you are defining a function, then you can also give the icon name as well as icon text here. Each functions have a function type and these function type are predefined like normal function, exit function, system function, transaction function, tab strip control as well as help request. So these are some functions with the dynamic text that are already built in, and these are the function lists that we have discussed in the previous slide. These are back, exit, info, DETL and so on. Come to the next topic, function key settings. You can also change these function key settings by using the standard toolbar. These standard toolbars are generally used for the screens as well as list, and there are some of the reserved function key for the dialog box as well as list in the dialog box. So you can change it by using the standard toolbar. This function key setting generally comprises a key assignment and an application toolbar push button. You can assign function to individual functions key from the standard settings. Generally, key assignment consists of the reserved function key. A function key is also reserved, a recommended functions key as well as freely assigned functions key. So we have reserved function key that are defined by the SAP system, freely assigned function key that user can or programmer can assign, as well as recommended functions keys that depend upon the programmer or user to choose. Come to the next topic, menu as well as menu bar. These menu entries can include the functions, separators and other menus such as the cascading menus. Here I want to tell you about separators. You can see by practical. If you will go this particular menu, you can see there are two items, menu items are there, edit object as well as exit. So there is a separator in between this, and this line is called separator. And these menus can have number of cascading menus. Here you are seeing work list, then this is cascading. This is one level of cascading. Similarly, we have up to many level of the cascadings. This is an example of two level cascading. This is example, then another cascading screens. and there is a separator. This is a separator line between these menu. The 1, 2 and 3 separator lines are there. These menu bars are number of menu lists are there, and each menu have the number of attributes. This is a menu attribute like with static text. You can define this menu bar with a static text, with dynamic text by programming, and you can also include menu within the menu. Now here I want to tell you one thing. If the dynamic text is to be used, you should assign a menu field to a particular menu. The contents of these fields will be then be displayed at the menu text. Now come to the next topic, how we can create a GUI status. So before proceeding of the next topic, this lesson has been completed. Now the lesson number 2, setting a GUI title and a GUI status. How we can set the GUI title for a particular screen. You can create GUI status by using set pf state statements. You can see this in syntax, set title bar and then title. Like this one, you can also set the status bar, set pf status statement. By clicking on it, it will ask you to create a particular title. Just click on the yes. It will ask the title here, title code for the particular program, and the title you can give. This is a title you want to give for a particular screen, and this is a title code. This title code you may use for the further in the programs for accessing this particular title bar. Now practically, if you want to see, just go there. We have created here the program JetScreen, and if you want to set a particular title bar, we need to access the flow logic of the screen. Go to the particular screen number, go to this flow logic and make it editable. You can see this is a module status. Just enable it, click on the save button and just double click on it. It will ask you to create a particular object. Click on the yes button. Now click on the OK button. Now here you can set your particular status as well as title bar. Now uncomment this title bar. If you want to set, click on the save button and you can give a short name. Suppose I am giving here title and just double click on it. Sorry, we have to use here the uppercase, so I'm using the title. Click on the save button and double click on it, asking for creating the particular title. Click on the yes button. In the meantime, it is opening here. I want to tell you, if you want to create a particular status bar, that means menu bar, you can uncomment the status and then you can open it. So you can see we have given the title code here, the title in capital letters. Now I am assigning the title here for a particular screen. Here I am writing, this is flight table data. Click on the OK button. Now click on the save button compile it and then activate it. Now we need to compile whole program. Just right click on it, check for the errors. Now right click and then activate it. Object has been activated. Go to the particular transaction and then execute it. You can see the title of the screen has been set. The title we have given flight table data. So by this procedure you can create the title of the title bar. Now come back to the slides. This is the next slide. This is a procedure how to set the GUI title. Now this we have already done. No, we have not done this because we have set the title bar. Now we need to set the GUI status. You can set GUI status again. Go back to our program SCAT, for which you want to set the status. Just click the particular screen, enable it, double click on the status. You can see we have the second option, PF status. So uncomment it, use the pretty printer here. Now give the PF status. This is our new status, so I am giving here status. Click on the save button, just double click and it will ask you to create the object. Yes, short text you can give. This is our new status. You can also choose here the type status type, normal screen, dialog box or context menu. So in my case I am selecting here the normal screen and then okay. Now you can see this status contains mainly four things: user interface, the screen itself, menu bar, application toolbar, as well as functions key. In the previous slides I have discussed about this status. We have four things which are related to this status: menu bar, application toolbar, function key settings, as well as user interface. Now come to the next slide. Creating a GUI status, function key assignment. Now we are going to create a particular menu bar, application toolbar or function key assignments. Generally the function key settings consist of a key assignment and a set of application toolbar. So generally we have two types of functions: static functions as well as dynamic functions, and one of the function is static text as well as dynamic text. You can see the function with the static text and second one is function with the dynamic text, each of which we can have number of specific attributes. For functions with the static text have the attributes like fcode, ftype, ftext, switch, icon name, icon text, and so on. Similarly, functions with the dynamic text we have number of attributes: fcode, ftype, and field names. These are the some settings that are allowed during the functions assignment. The standard toolbar or recommended function key settings, corresponding status type, freely assigned functions key, enter fcode. You can enter this fcode up to maximum 20 characters. Double click to maintain the attributes. You can maintain your attribute by double click on it. Now come back to the practical example. You can set the functions key from here. Just click on it. You can see this is standard toolbar which is recommended by the SAP systems. So you can choose from here any one the standard toolbar button and you can assign the any freely assigned function key. Similarly, if you want to set the application toolbar, you can set the item here. Number of items you can give here 1 to 7 and 8 to 14 and so on. Similarly, if you want to set your own menu bar, just you can give here the particular menu and then save and activate it. We will do the practical example in the next video. Now come to the next topic. These are the standard toolbar automatic assignments. You can see we have the number of functions key. This is the tick mark, that is enter. This is save, control plus as you can use, or F11 directly, or by clicking on this save button you can also save it. Similarly, F3, that is used for back, shift plus F3, that is exit, F12 for cancel, control plus P for the printing, control plus F for find, control plus G for find next, so on. So we have the number of functions key, and the system are also giving here the predefined icons here. Come to the next topic, creating a GUI status application toolbar. That part we have done. Now come to the application toolbar. Application toolbar enable you to or allow you to directly jump to a particular functions. So like F1 key you can also assign, F4 for the help you can also assign. The function in the application toolbar that can be used only if they are already assigned to a particular functions key. This F4 which help allow you to select the particular functions. When we can assign an icon to a function with a static text, the system automatically display the icon rather than the static text in the application toolbar. Come to the next topic, third one, creating a GUI status, that is a menu bar. A menu bar contains the number of menu items. So menu entry includes a function, there is a separator also there, and there is another menu. So if there is a menu within menu, that is called cascade menu, and you can create the cascade menu up to many levels. You can also add a function to a particular menu by entering a function code. You can assign a particular function code to a particular menu item. You can also create the sub menu by entering the name in the right field of the menu enter. So we will do it practically. Now you can see we have the number of attributes related to this menu bar. The first one is menu type, is static text. This menu text in fast path with dynamic text, this is your field name, and the menu can also include the another menu. So these are the some attributes of the menu bar. Come to the next topic, displaying standards. The reserved functions key generally appears in the standard toolbar on the screen and list. You can see these are the standard reserved function key which are appearing directly onto the screen. The user should reuse this existing menu bar as well as application toolbar and the key settings to ensure the consistency. The consistency must be there in between these menu bar, application toolbar and functions key. Suppose in menu bar I am assigning a particular function key F4 and the same I am assigning for this save button, that would create a particular problem while running the program. So we need to maintain the consistency among all of these menu bar, application toolbar as well as the functions keys. Some of the reserved keys are also in the standard toolbar which you cannot use, so which are reserved for the SAP system. Come to the next topic, including existing elements. You can use the menu painter. As you know, we can open this menu painter with the help of transaction, which is SE41. So working from this bottom upward to include the key setting and application toolbar or menu bar in a status. So we should start from the function key assignment, then application toolbar, then finally the menu bar. Generally all the functions are inactive at the beginning of the program, and you need to activate only those functions that are required in the current status. So it always goes from bottom up. That means firstly we need to assign the function key assignment, then application toolbar, then we need to assign the menu bar, and finally we need to activate the required functions. Now the question arises, how we can use these functions key or menu bar or menus into your programs. So we need to assign the particular these items in the module code. So come to the next topic, processing the functions code. Suppose this is a screen and we have assigned a particular function key f3 here, and their function code is here back, and the function type is nil. So we can use this function key in our program like this one. Here the function code is most important thing. With the help of this function code you can execute any instructions based on this function code. So how it will work, just you can see this is a module user underscore command underscore 100 input. I am assigning the case here, case 1, this is case okay underscore code, and when here I am using the function code. If function code is back, that means you can perform any instruction or operation. In my case I am assigning it to leave to screen number 0 and this end case. Similarly, if we have another function key, suppose I am using here the F4 function key for the save button or forward button, and the function code is forward, so we can also add here the another when forward and then call screen 200. So by this assigning the particular function code you can execute your program, and all this will be included into the PAI module, process after input. Come to the next topic. So here the lesson number 2, the unit number 12 has been completed. So this was all about the unit number 12.